Hello, welcome students. Today we are going to study the poem The Patriot, written by Robert Browning. This is actually a dramatic monologue. Dramatic monologue means a poem in which, apart from the poet, some imaginary character has been written by Robert Browning, who is just recalling about the past event and comparing it with the present event. Now, in this poem, that main character is moving through the streets, and then he is recalling about the past event, which was 1 year ago. 1 year ago, through the same path, roses were thrown over him, and he was considered to be the hero of the people. And now, 1 year later, when he is passing through the same streets, he has been tried, he has been convicted, and now he is going to be hanged. So in this poem we are going to study what happened, how the incidents have changed, how a turnover has come in the life of that main patriot. Now here we are also being told that initially he was considered to be God by the people, and now this time when he is passing through the streets, the people hate him a lot. But at the end he is very optimistic. He is optimistic about the thing that no matter whatever good deeds he has done to his country, if the people hate him, he doesn't mind, because it doesn't matter to him now, because he knows that for his good deeds he will be rewarded by God. God will take him up in his arms, and he will be safe in the hands of God. So let's look at the stanzas of the poem. The first stanza says, "It was roses, roses all the way, with myrtle mixed in my path like mad. The house roof seemed to heave and sway, the church spires flamed with such flags they had, a year ago on this very day." So he is passing through the streets now, he is going to the shambles to be hanged, but he is recalling the event that happened a year ago. When a year ago he passed through these streets, the same street, then roses were strewn in his path, along with myrtle, a fragrant flower, in order to welcome him. He was considered to be a hero by the people. All of them welcomed him with open hearts, and the people, they gathered on the rooftops of their houses in order to have a view of their hero. They gathered in such a way that a huge crowd was there on the rooftops, and it seemed as if the houses are going to sway. They are going to tilt by the load of so many people. And the tower of the churches was containing the flags, which were bright red in color, as if fire was flaming over there. So this happened to him a year ago. That means he was given a great honor a year ago. Now comes the second stanza. The air broke into a mist with bells. The old walls rocked with crowd and cries. Had I said, "God, good folk, mere noise repels, but give me your son from yonder skies," they had answered, and afterward what else? This is continuation of the first stanza, which shows how the people respected him and honored him. They used to ring bells in order to welcome him. They gave huge cries to welcome him. They shouted loudly, they cheered on him in such a way that it was so loud a noise that the roofs and the walls of the old houses seemed to crack. And he was so overwhelmed by the welcome of the people that even if he demanded them to give me the sun from the sky, they were ready to do anything for him. And they would also ask him, "What else can we do for you? We can bring sun for you, but we can do anything that you ask from us." Third stanza says, "Alack, it was I who leaped at the sun to give it to my loving friends to keep. Not men could do, have I left undone, and you see my harvest what I reap, this very day now a year in run." his run. He says, alas, alack means alas, that he had to do a lot of work to bring laurels to his country, to do every good thing for his countrymen. He was the one who left nothing undone to satisfy his people and to bring laurels to his country. So he says that, but what have I got in return? The reward that I have got, I am seeing here, that I am now being taken to the shambles in order to be hanged. Fourth stanza says, there is nobody on the house tops now, just a palsied few at the window set, for the best of the sight is all allowed, at the shambles gate, or better yet, by the very scaffold's foot I trod. He says, now I am passing through these streets. The scene has completely changed. The streets which were thronged with the people a year ago are now deserted, empty. Only few people are sitting at the windows of their houses who are palsied. Palsied means who are crippled, and they are taking the warmth of the sun. The rest of the people have gathered at the shambles gate. Shambles is a place where he is going to be hanged. And some of them are sitting at the scaffold's foot. Scaffold is a raised platform on which he will have to go and he'll be hanged there. So most of the people have gathered, all the people have gathered at the shambles gate and some at the scaffold's foot in order to have a good look to see that how the traitor is going to be hanged. So this person who was a hero a year ago is now a traitor for these people. Fifth stanza says, I go in the rain and more than needs, a rope cuts both my wrists behind. And I think by the feel my forehead bleeds, for they fling whenever, whoever has a mind, stones at me for my year's misdeeds. He says, presently it is raining. The weather was not good, it was raining a lot. So he says, I am going in the rain, and both his hands have been tied tightly with the help of rope at the back, so both the wrists are bleeding. They are you can say, having bruises, and they are injured also. And he feels that his head is bleeding. Why? Because most of the people who are seeing him on the street, they are flinging stones at him. The people who used to strew flowers on him are now flinging stones at his head, and his head is bleeding a lot. 6th May, thus I entered and thus I go. He says that it is this way a year ago that I had entered and I was welcomed with flowers, and now I am being hated by the people and they are throwing stones at me. In times people have dropped down dead. Initially the people due to my triumph had welcomed me, and now they are ready to see me dead. Paid by the world, what dost thou owe me? God might question now instead. 'Tis God shall repay, I am safer so. So he says that this is the way I have been paid by the world for all my good deeds, and but I am not. It doesn't matter to me because I am optimist. I know that when I'll go to God, He is the one who will be rewarding me for all my good deeds that I have done to my country and to my people. So he feels safe that he will be with God and he will feel closer to the bosom of God. So now let's look at the themes. There are basically 3 themes in the story. And let's look at the themes. One is the fickleness of the people. Fickleness means the view of the people changes with time. Those people who used to respect him are now hating him a lot. So this means that fickleness of the people means the view of the people always changes. Whenever you are doing good to the people, so they always praise you. Now these same people who used to consider him to be God-like are now hating him to be a traitor for their country. Then comes rise and fall of the glory. See, glory is not always permanent. If you are famous at one time, you are having high name, fame, it doesn't mean that it will always remain with you. If you are over ambitious and you take more steps than required, you will always face failure. So we are considering here that maybe that patriot was over ambitious and he had taken more over ambitious steps in order to move further and gain more fame, due to which now he has suffered a lot and he has lost his popularity. Then comes faith in God, as we have seen in the last stanza also, that though the people have hated him a lot, but he is optimist that God will reward him for all the good deeds he has done to his countrymen and to his country. Then comes the figures of his speech में hyperbole. Hyperbole means exaggeration of things. Exaggeration of things में, like the people said, what else can we do for you, as we have seen in the second para, the second stanza. So what else means, the people said we can bring sun for you, and you order us whatever you order us, we will do anything for you. This is hyperbole. Then comes personification. The house roof seemed to heave and sway. It seemed as if the house is being personified as a human being, that it will tilt and it will sway. But it wasn't really, but it is considered to be human-like. Then comes contrasting imagery. We are seeing two contrasting situations compared with the last year. The first stanza gives us that people used to strew roses in his path, and now people are flinging stones at him. So these are the two contrasting situations. Second is that in the past glory, there were so many people who were sitting on the house roofs in order to welcome him, and the house roof seemed to heave and sway, and now there is nobody on the housetops. All of them have gone to the shambles gate, so it gives a deserted look to the houses. These are the two contrasting situations. Then in the first stanza we see that the church spires were flaming. They had bright red colored flags, and now all of them have gathered to the scaffold's foot. Then next contrasting situation that we are seeing is that initially he was at the height of his glory. All of them respected him a lot. They used to ring bells and they used to give loud cries in order to welcome him. And now he has lost everything and he walks in the rain towards his demise. Then next that we are seeing is he, on asking that can you people bring me sun, so everybody used to be very much excited. Yes, we can do anything for you. Now we are seeing that his glory has declined, his popularity has declined, and now instead of asking for sun, he is going in rain, which shows that people have disliked him a lot. They are putting him to shame, and plus it also shows that he is innocent, but he cannot prove that he is innocent. So these are the basic contrasting imageries that we are seeing in the poem. Then comes metaphor में, the use of roses symbolizes that people used to respect him, they loved him, and they showed affection to him. And the glory has been symbolized by sun, that anybody was ready to bring sun for him. So this was metaphor, right? So these are some of the figures of his speech. So in this poem we have learned that glory and fame are not always permanent. Do not try to be over ambitious. If you are over ambitious, one day time will come that your popularity decreases. And plus people are fickle minded. At one time the same people will respect you, they will show you love, they will show you affection, but at the other time for your small mistake they will defame you, they will hate you, and they will consider you to be, and you will be unpopular then. So we should have always faith in God that He will be the one who will reward us for everything. Thank you. I think you people have understood this poem, and if you like this poem and you have understood the concept, then please click on the like button and subscribe to our channel. We'll come with more poems and stories of 10th and 12th class. Thank you.